Well, Ten Hag's transfer plan has been sabotaged, and obviously by who? By the Glazers. Shocking story coming in from Mike Keegan, close to the takeover deal. However much we are anticipating the announcement of the preferred bidder this week, but even if those preferred bidders coming through, either Sir Jim Ratcliffe or Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, the budget of United won't be really huge as we expect it to be. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are here to discuss lots of things concerning the takeover, and it's Mike Keegan, a man close to this story, that is gonna hate to give us a very huge update that most of you will like or won't like, depending on where you fall. So Rokan David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and let's see close to 200 likes smash on this video, and let's also subscribe. And how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified every time we upload a video onto this YouTube channel. Now, where should we start? Obviously, let's start it off with some encouraging story coming in from Mike Keegan again. Remember, he broke a story last week that the takeover saga of United might be ending this week. He has gone ahead to confirm to us that there are hopes that the takeover saga finally comes to an end this week, and it's highly anticipated that this saga is going to be put to a halt this week because it has longed for close to 8 months, and it's high time we called it quits and we called it done, because we can't be into this for so long yet. The transfer window is gonna hate to open today, guys. If you never knew, the transfer window has opened today officially, 14th of June, and tomorrow the Premier League fixtures are going to be out. So we will be here letting you know of what is going to really transpire at the beginning of the season, the first 10 games of the season, analyzing the last 10 games of the season because they're so much important. If at all you've gone ahead to see things concerning this season, Arsenal just capitulated in the last 10 games of the season, and they found themselves in a situation of obviously losing out to Man City, and they lost the title to Man City as it stands. So the hopes are really high that this season everything will be put to bed, that this week things will be put to bed concerning the Man United ownership. And let's go to the transfer sabotage, because amidst everything, the announcement, all what, even if it comes in tomorrow, we know that we are going to take some more time without really making some transfers, and we might make our first transfer, by the way, around July, even when the players have returned to the training ground of Carrington as they prepare for the preseason in there for you. Now, let's go into this huge story again by Mike Keegan reported, and I'm going to first read them out and then give you my analysis according to how my mind is really interpreting them. He has told us that should either Sheikh Jassim Al Thani or Sir Jim Ratcliffe prevail, they will not be able to pump £1 billion in and send Ten Hag on a rapid shopping spree. For this year, clubs can spend 90% of their income on transfers, wages, and coaches, and agent fees. You've heard that. Meaning that even if Sheikh Jassim Al Thani takes over the club, however much is going to have to present a budget of £1 billion available for club investment, Ten Hag won't go into a shopping spree. Why? There is thought to be an upper ceiling of around £120 million on Manchester United's summer budget. It also depends more on player sales than the takeover. So everyone who was anticipating that we can go ahead and really spend a lot of money this summer, that's out. The only way we can raise money to take us where we're supposed to be is by getting in, is by making player sales. Like we've always told you about the 9 players that United can sell and raise close to £150 million to add it to the available £100 million to go ahead and do the needful. So the available budget of Manchester United, according to the books of accounting or accounts, we can only extend to £120 million as a club. And there is something else that you need to know, because one will say, what if Sheikh Jassim Al Thani comes in through? Now, what is the cause of all this? The cause of all this is the following. Inside the club, Manchester United admit they now have a bloated squad. Accounts released earlier this year revealed more than £300 million outstanding in transfer fees. United's budget depends not onto the takeover, but more on player sales. So, we are having a bloated squad. That's it. We are having a bloated squad because if at all you look at the 9 players that Erik ten Hag wants out, most of them are really earning huge salaries. Let me take you through. Harry Maguire, £200,000 a week. Scott McTominay, £140,000 a week. Eric Bay, £140,000 a week. Fred, £130,000 a week. Brandon Williams, £50,000 a week. Alex Telles, £70,000 a week. Who else? Donny van de Beek, I think is around £100,000 a week. Who else? Those are 7. There are others. Dean Henderson, £140,000 a week. So Anthony Elanga, around 50 grand. You know, that's what he's earning at Man United. So all of those players, they are close to 9 or 10. They are earning huge amounts of money at Man United, and we need to really offload them out. And the problem you're having at Man United is you are not sure of how speedy we are going to be when it comes to offloading these players, because if at all we are really speedy, would have gone ahead to raise some good amount of money to add it onto the available £120 million that United can spend in this summer. At least we can sell some and get in like 80, like Eric Bay, Telles, Anthony Elanga, Brandon Williams. You know, we first sell those off, then get in that money, get in the Kim Min-jae. When you get in Kim Jae, we sell Harry Maguire. When we get in Rabi and Mason Mount, we sell Scott McTominay and Fred, right? Until we go ahead and really get in a centre forward that the manager really wants to come and play that role at Man United. Now, the big question of you guys is, most of you are really fans of getting in Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani, but Mike Keegan has gone ahead to drop a huge hint about even when Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani comes in, how much can he add onto the available £120 million for Erik ten Hag to spend? Now, Mike Keegan has told us that Sheikh Jassim's offer comes with a promise that the date would be wiped clean. That would have an immediate effect on the budget. Removing the date and the prospect of further servicing could give as much as 500 million, could give as much as 50 million pound immediate boost. Meaning that all of us want Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani of Manchester United. If he takes over Manchester United, remember in his pledge there is a debt-free offer, meaning that he's going to clear the debt. And when he clears the debt, that can only give us an income or an extra expenditure of £50 million, taking it to £170 million. And however much it's little, but I really understand the impact of that. What does it mean? If at all we can sell players close to £130 million, we can have a total budget to spend of £300 million. And you give Erik ten Hag £300 million to spend in the summer, I think that would be something great for him. Very, very important. And even if we first spend £170 million onto a striker close to £80 million, there will be a balance of 90. If at all we can spend 45 or 50 on Kim Min-jae, a balance of 40 would have remained before even we sell any player, and then you remain with 40. After that £40 million, you get in what we call another player like Mason Mount, you know. So then we can find means of how to really get this season to the levels we want it to be. So it looks like it's hard for Erik ten Hag. Put yourself in his situation and obviously meditate about it, because this is not the summer that Erik ten Hag really hoped for. Why? Having gone ahead to really perform miracles at the club of Man United in his first season, he expected a huge backup, and by the time he came in through, he never knew it in plan that United was going to be sold in the next season. He will be a manager of Man United. So as it stands, it's really ugly for him. Why? He needs players ASAP. and he might find himself in a situation of not even having a single player during his preseason. Why? United are really bad at doing these deals. So that is it, coming in from Mike Keegan and the accounting department of Man United. The farthest we can go is 120 million pounds minus sales. If you add sales of players, we can blossom. If Cheick Jassim comes in through and obviously clears the date, we can extend up to 170 million pounds, because he can only be getting 50 million pounds to inject into the club of Man United. So Mike Keegan again then went to the Sir Jim Ratcliffe side, and he informed us that Ratcliffe's people have been keen to point out that they will not put any additional debt on the club should they succeed. The picture with the existing figure is unclear. He's a man who is going to buy this club on debt. That's one thing you should note. And him only buying us on debt is another debt burden onto the club of Man United, because him buying us on debt is an indicator that he doesn't have enough liquid cash to inject into the club of Man United. And that's why we are so furious about him, especially those fans that have been at the club of Man United for a very long time and have seen the sufferings we've gone through under the Glazers, and him wanting the Glazers to stay, who won't really favor him to come all out on the needful, and wanting to go on and really borrow close to 3 million pounds and pay the Glazers, especially the four siblings. That puts us in a situation of obviously coming in through and knowing exactly what this club should really get rid of. People like Sir Jim Ratcliffe shouldn't be around and or anywhere near this club, because it's really very annoying at the club of Man United. Ten Hag has his transfer shortlist outlined, and the Glazers are really doing the needful to see to it that they do the delaying tactic to stop us from obviously getting exactly what we want as a team of Manchester United. So it looks like Erik ten Hag is having a lot of a huge headache, and us going in for players is going to be hard. That's why you see to it that Declan Rice and Moise Caicedo are really leaving for Arsenal. But if at all we had cleared our ownership status, would have gone ahead to find ourselves in a situation of getting in these, at least one of those, especially Moise Caicedo. With Arsenal getting done with Declan Rice, at least I believe they would have gone ahead to come in through and obviously thrown in a very huge and faced a very huge competition for Man United onto Moise Caicedo. But we can't do any of that because we don't know who the preferred owner of the club is going to be. So that's how ugly it is. That's how Erik ten Hag's transfer has been sabotaged. We don't have money to spend right now. Even if Cheick Jassim Al-Thani comes in through, we can only spend 170 million pounds, of which you would like to understand that last summer Ten Hag spent 205 million pounds, but he brought in 5 players. But remember, there was a player of 13 million pounds, right? 13 million pounds. Then he bought in Casemiro 70, Anthony 85, Lisandro Martinez 45. Then he went ahead and got in Ericsson on a free. Now we can go ahead and replicate the same budget this summer. How can we? Rabiot on a free, Mason Mount at 50 million pounds, representing Lisandro Martinez's money. Then we go to Casemiro, representing Kim Min-jae. Then we go to Anthony, 85 million pounds, representing a center forward, and maybe the goalkeeper to go in for that amount of money. But you really understand that we need a minimum of 200 million pounds plus to really come out and compete with teams that Ten Hag is playing with into the Premier League, especially Manchester City. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Your thoughts onto Ten Hag's transfer sabotaged by the Glazers are really welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about the takeover saga anticipated to be ending this week reportedly? Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. To my Muslim friends, may Allah protect you abundantly. I'm out.